Maria, thank you so much for bringing me to your favourite bar, which is called the Rum and Fizz in Cardiff in Wales.
So this is one of my favourite bars all time because it's just, the vibe is great, it's dark, it's cozy, it's got this jazz vibe, but to me it's got a lot of history because being born and raised in Cardiff, you have the Rum and Fizz, which is my go-to because rum is my favourite. I like a dark spiced rum. I like to bring friends there and entertain. But also opposite the bar is another one called gin and juice. So when I'm with a group of friends or I'm taking people out, if you like rum, you go to Rum and Fizz. And if you like gin, you go to gin and juice. And in the middle, there's an arcade. And in the night, they light it all up. So you can go and get your rum, you can go and get your gin, you meet in the middle, and it's just great. So absolutely love it. So it's a great place.
That's fantastic. And I'm looking at it here, and you really can't. I feel like I'm sort of, and maybe this is the reason, I feel like I'm in Jamaica with warm weather, drinking rum. It's got that whole sort of debris from a beach look, that whatever comes up.
It does.
And it's mad. Look at that. Look at all those. Look at the chairs compared to the barrel. It's rather hodgepodge, which is also great.
With me, I'm very into my interiors. I'm very creative. I like my decor. So this is my kind of vibe. This is where I can feel myself, cozy. And when you're in a comfortable environment, you can just relax and let your hair down and have fun. And it's just a great place. But
no, I'm also, sure. Sorry.
I was going to say also, it's quite sentimental because before it was a rum bar or a cocktail bar, it used to be a clothing store. And my dad used to shop there a long time ago. And it was this boutique store. So I remember from a kid up to the age of maybe 20, it was just a place that we always used to go to. So now that I'm going to it from a clothing store to a cocktail bar, it just brings back a lot of sentimental memories, which have been really great.
And isn't that a great example of change? Change, the word change, because we're in a constantly changing world, and don't we know it at the moment for sure. But people fear change. A lot of people fear change. And yet this change is really positive. The reworking of this particular, and at the end of the day, it's only bricks and mortar, but it's changed for the better. You've got a little story to tell about it. Is your father has your father put any sort of graffiti on any of the walls, like "I bought a jacket here"?
Yeah, possibly back in the day when he's in the changing room or something. But the nice thing is the vibe from the shop to the cocktail bar hasn't changed. It's still kind of had that Art Deco rustic kind of look to it. So it's nice they kept the character and then just kind of followed it through with this decor. But I'll love this place, and I'll bring you to Rum and Fizz one day. It's great.
I tell you what, I'm already looking forward to it. But what I'm really looking forward to, honestly, is the alley in between the two, because I want to see what does a gin drinker actually look like, and what does a rum. That'll be the thing. that'll be our research. So we're in the gin and Rum and Fizz, and there's an electrical storm, and everything is wiped out except for one thing: your phone. Three apps, your phone. You are mankind, you're mankind's only source of information. What is it? What are the three?
Right. My three apps, if I was in that situation. So WhatsApp being the obvious one, because that way I can contact people if I'm feeling unsafe or give them updates. But the thing with WhatsApp is it came about many years ago. Nobody knew what it was at the time, but now it's used across personal levels, business platforms. You text memes, you text GIFs. It's kind of a great way to connect. You can video call. And there's so much you can learn from WhatsApp. So I use that more than iMessenger, and I think it's just fantastic.
Okay, that's interesting. And what's the other one?
Spotify. Spotify. So I'm a big music lover, big fan, no matter if it's waking up in the morning, in the shower, in the car, traveling somewhere, going for a run. Spotify is my go to. So whether that's a podcast, a playlist, a joint playlist with other people, I absolutely love Spotify. It's my go to.
I have to be brutally honest, and I've said it on this show before. I
Mm.
really only found the value of Spotify
Mm.
during COVID. Um,
Yes.
yeah, because it became, along with Audible, it and my
Mm.
dog, they became my three best friends.
Oh, cute.
Because when you really, and we're terrible at this, we use about 2% of the features of these apps.
Mm.
And for whatever reason, I actually took the time to learn the expanse of features that Spotify has.
Mm.
And what I loved, and it's a bit like our little story about this pub and the clothes shop. You like one song from the 80s or the
Mm.
70s, and then it gives you a whole playlist.
It does. It's great. It's a fantastic app.
I absolutely fell in love with it because do you remember? Yeah, it's longer for me than you.
Mm.
You were so cool for school when you were of a certain age that you got into a G. Oh, I love New Romantic, but I hate Barry Manilow or I hate AC/DC. Because
Yeah.
you had to be cool in one genre.
Yeah.
Then you find a song from Duran Duran or something, and it builds a great playlist about all the songs you discounted.
Mm.
Amazing, absolutely
It's
amazing.
great.
So you're connected to your friends on WhatsApp.
Mm.
You're telling
Mm.
them, don't distress, everything will be fine. I'm on it. You're listening to your music. Who's your favorite artist, by the way?
Oh, now you put me on spot. I don't think I have a favorite one, but I kind of, I'm quite, I like all genres, and you'd be surprised. So it could be from Jimi Hendrix to the Beatles to Foo Fighters, but then I could like a bit of house, a bit of old school. But I'd say my favorite genre or time would be the 80s and 90s for sure.
Do you know, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to suggest that
Mm.
your mum or dad also love music and it was around the house all the time.
I'd say dad. Dad is a big music lover back in the day. Yeah, still is now. Yes.
What that always reminds me is that we're only
Mm.
usually a product of our environment.
Mm.
Whereas if your dad only liked symphonies,
Yes. Yeah.
whereas when I just think music, it's a great leveler because you can,
Mm.
somebody told me once about music, you'd never believe that you could get that expanse of music from only 12
Mm.
notes. That's it. There's
Mm.
12 fundamental notes.
Yeah. It's
Amazing.
crazy. Isn't
It
it
is crazy.
crazy?
It is crazy. So what's the third one?
Yeah. The third one. So for me, whether it comes in useful when I'm at this bar at this time, but a translation app. And I'm saying that because when I'm with a group of customers or friends who probably don't speak great English or the language barrier is difficult, there's nothing better than a translation app. And the amount of traveling that the two of us do, sometimes it comes in handy. And the one thing I like to do is when I am traveling to a new country or somewhere abroad, I just like to know the basic grammar, the basic hello, how to say thank you, how to ask for simple questions, just to kind of be kind. And I hope people do that the same as well. But obviously, English is a unique and diverse language. Most countries speak it. But for me, just learning the basics in Spanish or in French or in, I don't know, Thai or something, um, or Finnish, it does have the benefits. But just for me, it's the little wins for me. I like to do that personally. And people appreciate that. And I really like it. I enjoy. I like to learn about other people and their traditions and cultures. So
Isn't
yeah,
that lovely?
translation.
And it's not
Yeah.
used enough uh,
Mm-mm.
to be kind, just to be
Mm.
kind. And, when I think of that word, to be kind, it's just sort of often you can be kind to yourself for doing
Mm.
this for yourself to feel good about yourself. And the outside manifestation is it also has kindness to people around you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that that's sort of sometimes a word that we forget about. That it's my mother used to say it also. It's just nice to be nice. That was it.
It is. It really is. And, you know, kindness is free, compliments are free, and sometimes you can make someone's day just by being kind. You don't know what they're going through, but the little gestures and little words really can feel good to somebody. They can make them feel great about themselves.
Isn't
We've
that
got to be
lovely?
kind in life.
But
Yeah,
it also shows a sign, if I could say, of inquisitiveness. If
it
you're
does.
interested in learning a little bit of a language,
Mm,
you have to have like an inquisitiveness
you do.
of your party trick will be, do you know I can say hello in 74 languages?
That's my party trick for sure.
When you in a few years when you've been to 74 countries, you can say that. But I like that. I like the fact that we somehow have arrived at a through this medium and through Barstool Chats at something that is so human about being kind. And I'd be interested in your own views on it, but you don't have to be overly gushy to be kind.
Mm,
You don't have to be that
you
sort of
don't.
over pleaser and stuff.
You don't.
Just small things like picking somebody's coat up if it falls off their chair at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Um, I wonder, do we or are we risking losing some of those social
Mm,
skills? Those have to be careful now. We used to call them social intercourse skills. We used
mm.
to call them, but I say that today, and people say, "Oh," but it's just that how to communicate with each other and how to be kind to each other. Do we lose a bit of that on the digital formats? Maybe.
I think sometimes we're finding we are. I think, with different generations, whether they're younger or older, I think people are maybe not as comfortable, not as confident, either because they're glued to their devices. But also, I think the knock on effect from COVID has kind of pressed on everybody's confidence. And I think it was the worst time for everybody. I could speak for everybody with that, but I think that those years, it did knock everyone's confidence down. So it wasn't the greatest. So coming out of it, people slowly coming out of the shell. Some people kind of went back to how they were. Some people have been total introverts, and it's kind of hard to see that. And yeah, it's a bit worrying.
Isn't it true? People are unfurling like they do in everything in
Mm.
life at different paces. But I have to say, I wouldn't have automatically thought you were Welsh, okay?
No.
Except for certain words like yours
Yeah.
is years.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? You've
Yeah.
traveled a bit. You've got a hybrid sort of maybe accent, have you?
No, I born and raised in Cardiff. I just have no accent. But my dad and my sister have a really thick Cardiff accent. So I
Give
just
us
say
a
well
bit. Come on,
spoken.
you've said it now. Give us a bit of Cardiff. Give us a
It
bit of
right. It
huh?
comes out Cardiff. That's Cardiff accent, and
Come
it's
on,
just
give us. You're ordering a drink. Order a rum and fizz by two with some peanuts to the barman. Go on.
oh, all right. But can I have a dark rum and coke, please, and a side of nuts? See, that
Is it?
sounded more Birmingham way, but I don't. Yeah, born
Is
and
it?
raised in
Yeah.
Cardiff.
Yeah.
Went to uni in Leicester, so but that was only a couple of years. But then I came back to Cardiff, so
No,
but my
definitely.
accent comes out with a drink, certain words, and sometimes road rage. So you'll hear that at some point.
You know what? There's only two words that you continuously say that definitely puts you
Mm,
I wouldn't say Cardiff, but yeah, work and
yeah.
yours.
Oh, there
Whatever
we
way
are.
that works. Yeah.
Okay.
So tell me, we're on a nice vibe here. What's the kindest thing anybody has ever done?
So coming back to university again, I went ice skating, and my nickname is Bambi on Ice because unfortunately I fell down really awkwardly and I had crushed my ankle. So hobbling along, swollen like a cricket ball, and go to A&E to find out that I have fractured my ankle, broke my tendons and sorry, tore my tendons and ligaments, and they were like, "You have to have surgery," and I was like, "Great." So the next morning surgery, I've got plates in my ankle, I've got screws in my ankle. So it was just the worst thing ever. So emotions are running high, adrenaline is there, I'm high on morphine, and my best friends come all the way from Leicester back to Coventry and they surprise me, and I'm just profounded. They just bring a smile on my face. It was a shock. I was emotional. They bring me flowers, but their presence and their laughter was just all I needed. So from being in a stressful time where it was deadline season to then coming to see me in hospital, it really brought a smile on my face. And for me, it's the people that make it. I'm a people person. You have your small bubble, but that's my bubble. And they, I've known them more than 10 years. They're friends for life. They're fantastic. And they're just the kindest people to me. So
isn't that lovely? Because again, when you said the presence, it wasn't that they brought you gifts. It was just their physicality.
Yeah.
And God, I'm going to be really, really stupid here, but I have no idea how far Leicester is from Coventry. But let's say it's a trip.
Yeah. It's an hour and a half, but these are students at the time, so no driving.
I'm Irish, so you have to give me that. That's a long way in Ireland. An hour and a half. That's nearly halfway across our country.
Okay.
So
fair enough.
What a lovely story to tell. Again, looping back at what we're talking about throughout this chat is about proximity to people, sharing experiences with people, using technology. You said WhatsApp to stay in touch, but maybe not to seal the deal. Don't use it as a total replacement, but just use it as a tool of convenience. I've enjoyed our chat. We've been to a load of different places. We've been to shops with your father. We've had music with your father. We have to bring your mother into this gig. Come on, mother, dearest, where are you?
Oh, she is great. She is just gold. She's just the sweetest woman. She's got a heart of gold. She'll welcome anybody into her house. She's a spitting image of me, just minus the curly hair. She's got straight hair, but she's got biggest smile. So I've got my mum's smile. She's great. And sometimes she's like a sister to me more than a mum. So yeah, I absolutely adore my mum.
See, we brought them all out. Everybody gets an airing here, and even your siblings got an airing. Mariah, Mari.
There we are.
I told you I'd forget.
I get it all the time. It's fine.
I don't know what it is with the MAR names. It's been fun. It's been short. Thank you for your time.
You.
I've enjoyed our virtual Barstool chat. And we have managed to go the whole thing without mentioning anything about business. But welcome to Host in Ireland, or Digital Infrastructure Ireland now. It's your first year and you're most welcome. And thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me. I'm honoured.
And with that, cheerio.
Bye.
Can you speak Welsh, by the way?
Shemai, pwy wyt ti? I said, hi, how are you?
And say goodbye, and I'll see you soon.
Hwyl fawr. I don't know. I'll see you soon. It was a long time ago.
I know. It's terrible, isn't it? We go to school, we learn at school, and then we can't even say, well, we'll use a Irish. Cheers. Good luck. Stay safe.
I will do. Thank you.